Hello and welcome to Ask an Expert, where we discuss the latest trends in new technology and try to explain it in plain English. I'm your host, Chris Howard, and today we're going to talk about Microsoft Copilot, a new AI assistant Microsoft says can help you with various tasks and projects. Microsoft Copilot is based on a large language model, which means it can understand natural language and generate relevant responses. It was actually launched as Bing Chat in 2023 and is now integrated in various Microsoft products such as Edge, Windows, Azure, and Microsoft 365. So what can Microsoft Copilot do for you? Well, it depends on what you need. You can chat with Copilot in a simple and friendly way and ask it questions, get inspiration, or find solutions. For example, you can ask Copilot to write a poem, a code snippet, a summary, a tweet, or anything else you can think of. You can also ask Copilot to help you with your research or your presentation or even your email. Copilot will try to understand your intent and provide you with the best possible answer or output. If you've used Bing Chat, or more likely ChatGPT, you've seen it take plain language requests. It analyzes the question, searches its data set for information, and spits it back at you in plain language. It's a neat party trick for sure. The power here is that Copilot has access to things that AI hasn't had access to before. It has access to your email and your data. So now when you ask a question, it will respond with information from the data that you have saved. But that's not all. Copilot can also learn from data and preferences, and it customizes its responses accordingly. You can access Copilot in Microsoft 365 apps such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams, and use it to enhance your productivity and creativity. You can also build your own Copilot with Microsoft Copilot Studio. It's a preview feature right now that lets you create and train your own AI models. I think it's safe to say that not many of us will be taking on that challenge. Of course, you might be wondering about the security and privacy of Copilot. Microsoft assures us that it follows the highest standards of enterprise-grade security, privacy, and compliance. Copilot does not store your conversations or data, and you can delete any of the Copilots that you've created at any time. You can also control what Copilot can access and how it can use your data when making responses. So is Microsoft Copilot the future of AI? It's most likely the first real AI-powered tool that many of us will use. And given that it has the full force of Microsoft behind it, it's likely that it will quickly gain traction. Only time will tell if it becomes the next Cortana or if it seems to take off. Let's see what Microsoft's marketing program has to say about Copilot, and we'll pause and chat a little bit as we go through their introduction.
Introducing Microsoft 365 Copilot, your Copilot for work. Copilot combines the power of large language models with your data in the Microsoft Graph and the Microsoft 365 apps to turn your words into the most powerful productivity tool on the planet.
Is coming to life in the products millions of people use and rely on every day. Let's see how Copilot can use your customer notes in OneNote as well as another internal document. Copilot quickly creates a first draft.
Oof, I'd like to have the budget that marketing department has. So it starts off a lot of fluff, not a lot of neat graphics, kind of shows you the ideas of what it can do. The first really neat thing that I saw there was that you use the natural language model to essentially say, can you summarize my notes that were in OneNote. OneNote's a popular note-taking app. It's widely adopted by some, and I think it's just not known by a lot of others. It's a great way to organize information. But the idea that you could naturally just ask a question to Copilot and have it summarize or create a business presentation or something like that from your OneNote notes, I think that could be pretty useful.
You can turn your Word document into a PowerPoint presentation that you can hone and polish.
Yeah, got to jump in again. I think that sounds cool. The ability to take a Word document and then tell Copilot to create a 5 or 10 slide PowerPoint presentation from it. If you notice there, they tell you that you can hone and refine it. I have a feeling that it maybe misses some points in your document, or it doesn't summarize something the way that you would. I worry that we're all in for 50 slide PowerPoint presentations because it was all automatically generated by AI. I hope that's not the future, but clearly this is a tool that will get you a working draft, not anything near a final copy.
Jump into Copilot in Excel. You start by asking Copilot to analyze the data and give you 3 key trends. Within seconds, you've got what you need. Triage your inbox, highlighting the most important emails to prioritize. You can draft a reply using data from an Excel file, and Copilot will generate a reply for you.
Yeah, so 2 things. Copilot in Excel. It was interesting to watch them say, Copilot, can you please analyze this and give me 3 trends? And it looked over all the Excel data. Your data is going to have to be really organized in that Excel sheet for a natural language model to really analyze it and give you something back. I wonder if it would be faster to just review the data yourself, but time will tell to see. And I think one of the cool things about Copilot is it's going to continuously get better as new language models come out and as it digests more data and things like that. But it's interesting. Email, I think a lot of us will probably use Copilot and AI to help us manage those inboxes. Although I will say that since the pandemic, everyone is using Slack and Microsoft Teams and WebEx Teams and things like that, where there's that chat function. So personally, my inbox has decreased, but they highlight things there that Copilot would be able to help you identify things and move them to the top of your to-do list. I'm not sure how it will do that. It obviously can find tasks where you're asked to do something or you said will do something, but I'm not sure how it would prioritize. I can't imagine that it would prioritize the same way that you would. I subscribe to that thought of when that email comes in, do I file it, do I respond to it, or do I tag it as a to-do? So I don't know. Maybe it's just a different way to work, or it could be useful depending on how it tries to ingest your data and give it back to you.
The real magic of Copilot happens during a live meeting. You can ask Copilot to summarize what's happened so far. You can see who said what points were made. You can follow a meeting and catch up to see what you missed, even if you can't attend.
I want to show you an entirely new standalone experience. Business Chat works across all your emails, files, meetings, chats, documents, calendar, and more to turn all your data into knowledge.
Now let's imagine you're working on your business strategy. You ask Copilot to pull up quarterly projections and identify related risks. Copilot gives you key data points and flags potential issues.
We're deeply committed to listening, learning, and adapting with speed to help create a brighter future of work for everyone with AI.
Well, summarizing a meeting is something I think we could all learn to love. Again, this is just using the power of a large language model to summarize, but the information it's using to do this is the transcription of the meeting. It listens to the meeting and can generate a written transcription. I think transcription needs a lot of work, but it may lead to some very funny outputs. I also liked how they used a SWOT analysis as an example of something it can help with. Every leader here has gone through the SWOT analysis, and I agree it's an excellent exercise of understanding and thinking about your business. But by removing the thought around it, will it still be as useful? If a SWOT analysis is just presented to you, are you thinking about your actual strengths and weaknesses of your business? Or are you just responding to something that an AI or a large language model thinks is a problem for your business? I think the exercise is more important than necessarily the end product. To wrap up here, I think this is an amazing tool. I'm excited to use it, and I'm curious to see how it will fit in my daily workflow. But I don't think this is something that's going to give you back hours in your week. Not yet anyway. I think Microsoft knows that it needs to be first out with a product like this, and it fits into their portfolio very well. But I think we're all being used as beta testers on this one. That's all for now. I'd love to hear your opinions or how you're using Copilot. Until next time, stay connected.